This is a true story that has touched a billion people around the world. A crippled girl squeezed into the marathon team alone, on the starting line with hundreds of professional runners. Her goal was to win first place. Looking at her atrophied and disabled calf, the eyes of the people around her were filled with disdain and ridicule. But the girl didn't back down. She just gripped the crutches in her hand to strengthen her confidence. With the sound of the starting gun, all the runners rushed forward like a tidal wave. The girl limped and tried to keep up, even though the race had just begun. She seems to have given it her all. As time goes by, the girl was soon left far behind. The soft sand made it difficult for her to walk. Her body was drenched in sweat. But still, the girl is still trying to hold on. Apparently, the 30 kilometers or so were too much for her. Even a small slope is a challenge for her. A volunteer on the side of the road saw the girl arriving late. They wanted to give her a glass of water to quench her thirst, but when they turned around, she's long gone, because she didn't even want to waste time drinking. She was limping, desperately approaching the goal, leaving the volunteers with an incredibly strong back. It was then that her former classmates recognized her. The girl was born with muscular dystrophy in her right leg. Her mother couldn't stand the poverty of her family. She left her and her father and ran away. Her father was paralyzed soon after. The girl became the only pillar of the family. For the sake of her father, she had to leave school early and start working every day. She dragged her disabled leg to wash clothes for others to make ends meet. She had lost the joy of her childhood by scrimping and saving. Every time she bought an egg, she saved it for her father's nutrition. In order to increase her income to buy medicine for her father, the girl tried to find many jobs, but no employer wanted to hire a disabled employee. Although the girl was extremely frustrated, but she never gave up. Every time she came home, she still pretended to be strong and took care of her father. That day, the girl failed to find a job again. While walking back to home, a marathon poster attracted her attention. It gave her hope, because the first place has a total of 3,000 yuan. That's 2 months of her father's medical expenses. She knew it was an impossible task, but for her father's sake, she decided to challenge herself. But there was no end in sight. The girl couldn't hold on any longer. The moment she fell, she saw her father's tears of pain in the corners of his eyes. She used all her strength to reach for the crutches. The words on it were written by her father himself. In the end, the girl's strong will, she stood up again, because on this road full of difficulties, Dad was always her motivation and hope. She wasn't willing to give in to life. People on the roadside looked at her with strange eyes. They didn't understand why she was working so hard. Obviously, at the speed she was going, she couldn't have won the race. But how could they know? What kind of mission is the girl carrying? She was about to reach the end of the race. The girl endures the pain and goes faster and faster. She tried her best to make the final sprint, but when she reached the finish line, she realized that everyone was miraculously waiting for her. It turned out that a runner who knew the girl sent a message to the group. Everyone was impressed by the girl's bravery, so they waited for her to be the first to finish. At that moment, countless children came to the race to protect her. The girl's eyes filled with tears. She crossed the finish line with her last ounce of strength. In the end, the girl not only got the prize, she also inspired many people who were willing to give up. Afterwards, the girl's story was posted on the internet, gained widespread attention, instantly attracted donations and encouragement from countless caring netizens. The girl's father was also saved by the donation. Everyone was touched by her filial piety and perseverance. It's much more appreciated to keep going than to complain. Life is the same. Since we can't change the past, then let's try to change the future. We must believe that tomorrow will be better.